All right. Hey everyone, it's me, Nightlord131, and I'm coming to you live from the beautiful United States of America. We are live and alive. And today I'm just going to be doing a couple things. We're gonna go all the way to that one area across the ocean. Today we're going to put our territorial claims in that part of the map of the world. But besides that, we're just gonna have some fun today. I have a couple things that's I'm gonna be working on, so yeah. Just again, thank you for coming to the stream, and yeah. Next Saturday, this Saturday, I'm gonna be playing Doom 2016 for the first time, and that'll be the next story game I'm going to be playing. So. Yep. Also, too, I saw that Star Wars is going to be the next theme for Fortnite, so I'm also going to be playing Fortnite too. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. So here, let me just get some of this stuff out of the way, because it's keeping me from doing stuff. Alright. By the way, if you can't really hear, my apologies. It was just like really loud when I played this game. And it kind of interfered with my commentary. So, apologies for that. Okay, we have everything we need. And we're gonna go take care of all the animals. All the pets. I haven't done that in a while, actually, so I'm gonna take care of everyone. Gonna take care of Dexter and the other guys over here. Hey. There you go. Oh, they're so cute. Alright. I hope all of you are doing great today, chat. A lot of I've been seeing a lot of interesting stuff happen recently in terms of the pop culture world. Up here. I've been seeing like new games being announced, and Yeah, this is a good time to be alive for, like, interesting games. There you go. Here you go. Awesome. Perfect. Now we have this part of the population to take care of. Actually, one gets loose. Come on. There you go. I'll try to let, like, one or two have, like, freedom. But besides that, everyone else is just staying. And I need to cook some of this extra stuff. You know what? I'll also... This is, like, really a cramped area. I might just expand this too. Come on. There we go. Now you and you. Okay. There you go. Oh. Hey. There you go. Now this is better. I'm gonna start collecting some wood so I can fix this. Like, push it back a little bit at least, because look at that. We have, like, open space for the cows and the mushrooms this way, but, you know, I just need to do that more. Come on. Come on, everyone. Come on. There we go. I'll start dying, like, a couple of them later down the road. No. There we go. Nope. Excuse me. Come on. Come on, little piggies. Okay. There we go. It's okay. Awesome. We have some stuff taken care of. Wait. I need to see something. No. Oh, we have some villagers in there. I kind of forgot we had them, but, you know. I honestly don't need this lever. Hmm. Okay. You know what? Actually, while I'm over here, let me just get some wood. While I'm thinking about it. There we go. Let's see. Ooh, chat. I have been, how do you say this? Like, outside of music, like, I've been wanting to, like, find the time to, consume other forms of media. I love different kinds of, like, you know, things like, besides television shows and everything else in that space, I want to get back into reading, but I don't always have the time to sit down and read. But the beauty of audiobooks is I've been loving them. I've been I think I talked about this before, but I am a pretty big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and I've already said this before because every time someone brings it up, H.P. Lovecraft, yes, he was not a great man by any, like, in any way, shape, or form. He was not a great man. No. Like, I feel like I have to say that because sometimes people will, you know, act in bad faith and just, you know, give into those kinds of things. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I've been listening to the Call of Cthulhu, as one does. And honestly, like, I've been more appreciating the storytelling of Lovecraft. His writing style, specifically for the Call of Cthulhu, compared to other stuff that was written during that time period, it's, you don't get lost in the sauce. Maybe some people do, but for me, honestly, like, I really enjoy the Call of Cthulhu. Anyone who likes Lovecraft, you kind of have to, like, learn to read him in the best, well, how do you say this? You kind of have to learn his writing style. It's not like, I don't know, Shakespearean kind of levels. But he'll use words like tenebrous. Tenebrous or monotonous. Like words that we really don't use that often as much as they used to anymore. But it's like he's expanded my vocabulary. Learning new words is like super fun. And there will be those people who will say, "Oh, you're just trying to act smart." I don't think learning new words to expand your vocabulary is not trying to one-up people by saying, "Oh, look at me, I use these terms." No, it's just a better way of expressing yourself. It shows that you are not some simpleton who says, "Me tired, me hungry," like that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I can appreciate with his work. But yeah, I enjoy the Call of Cthulhu. Anyone who is a fan of Cthulhu should, of course, read the Call of Cthulhu or listen to the Call of Cthulhu audiobook. Matter of fact, there's this really great YouTuber called the Exploring Series, and he does a tremendous job for reading the audiobook. Well, he basically makes an audiobook on the Call of Cthulhu. And when this goes out on YouTube, I will include a link to that audiobook for free. It's all for free, so you don't have to pay a cent. So also go show that YouTube channel a lot of support. It's a really great channel that delves into the into fictional worlds for like J.R.R. Tolkien, of course Lovecraft, and a bunch of other fictional worlds. So and that's kind of like how I got to understand the influences of Lovecraft. And as I said before, despite him being a absolutely terrible man in terms of the beliefs because of the time period that he was born into, he has influenced so many aspects of pop culture and our even how we perceive the universe in a broader sense. I need to go to sleep. But through the works of Lovecraft, we get concepts like cosmicism. And cosmicism, for the most part, is kind of the philosophical view that humanity is not the center of the universe, and there's much larger things, or things we can't even comprehend, that, well, we're just like ants to these unknowable things. There's obviously a lot more that is a part of cosmicism. But Lovecraft certainly helped popularize that understanding, that view about humanity and our place in the cosmos. I swear I'm probably just like saying a lot of stuff into people who don't know any of this kind of fun stuff. It just sounds like a lot of baloney, and you know, I don't blame them. Like, just thinking about all this kind of stuff is like makes you think you're on drugs or whatever. There we go. That's better. In terms of like, I'm trying to think. In terms of, besides Cthulhu, one of my favorite characters from the Cthulhu mythos, I will have to say, besides the great old one, the sleeper of early A, we all know who I'm talking about. I'll have to say Nylar Neflotep. And also, I can't say the rest of her name, but Shub. If you know the other part of that name, well, you know who exactly I'm talking about. I can't say her name because it's extremely offensive. But yeah, I like those two. Shub and, of course, Nylar Neflotep. Yog-Sothoth is an interesting character, but much like Azathoth, neither of them are extraordinary or compelling beings, in my personal view. Like, with Azathoth being the blind idiot god, that's really a sight to behold. Like, imagine you're just floating in space and you see Azathoth slumbering as you see those smaller alien deities piping. Like, that would be terrifying. But with the other, like with Shub, for example, Shub would definitely terrify me. Just seeing her and what she's able to do. And with Nylar Nephlotep, compared to the everyone else, he's extremely aware and conscious and very smart. What's fascinating about his character specifically is that he will lead people astray and then show his power. He's a messenger for beings like Azathoth, Yog-Sothoth, Shub, and other beings that are part of the void. I believe the term used for those gods within the Cthulhu mythos is outer gods, but well, there's a lot of discussion on. I'm gonna try to pick up some more wood, but this, and also I want to plant some trees. But anywho, there's a lot of discussion on terminology. There's the outer gods, then there's elder gods, but I think I kind of get that mixed with the elder gods from Mortal Kombat, completely different fictional universe altogether. But there's also the other gods. That's another term. And people try to make a distinction between the great old ones and for the sake of terminology, outer gods, that's how I was presented to them. That's how I began to learn about these characters. So for the sakes of this conversation chat and YouTube audience, I'm just going to use the term outer gods. For those, it's completely fascinating. And then learning about the great race of Yith, the Migo, Elder Things, the Shoggoth, Deep Ones, all of them are completely and utterly fascinating to me. When I was getting into Lovecraft almost now 8 years ago. 8 or 9 years ago. Well, excuse me, 9 or 8 years ago. I was thinking how that would be correct. put it. I haven't read the great... Wait, I say this. I haven't read... What's that called? The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. I hear that one's pretty great. But I have read The Color Out of Space, which for people that like classic science fiction, that is your best case example of Lovecraft. It does focus a little bit on horror, but it also shows like the classic science fiction from, well, I would put it in the same space as The Forbidden Planet, the film. Like, it's in, like, in terms of vibes, it reminds me of that. Yeah, not, you know, great one-to-one comparison, but in terms of vibes, it reminds me of that. Before even, like, getting into the Cthulhu mythos, like, before reading the Call of Cthulhu, the one that really got me into it, and when I was in high school, I was reading The Shadow over Innsmouth. That was another piece of fiction that I certainly really enjoyed. There's, you know, people out there who don't really care for it. And you know what? That's fine. Like, I know a lot of people that also don't really care for the Dunwich horror. But, hey. The Dunwich horror is not personally my favorite. Just because, well, how do you say this? I want to try to find the best way to put it, but there's two, the children of Yog-Sothoth. There is Wilbur Whately. It's been a while since I read that particular story by Lovecraft, so I'm a little bit foggy on the details a little bit, but Wilbur Whately, I believe that's the name of the first son. He is a shut-in, and as like, at least from like the torso, well, the lower torso, it's like really disgusting. He's a true beast, a true monster from the torso down. But, you know, his upper torso, he's human for the most part. And, well, I kind of wish that he had more like otherworldly features for his body, for his even for his upper torso. I kind of wish that there was like more elements of the otherworldliness. You can't get what you want, obviously. But yeah. And with the other child that was born, that one is just like straight up just Yog-Sothoth Jr. And you're probably asking yourself, well, how did all this stuff happen? Well, it's kind of similar to, it's a little bit similar to the Shadow over Innsmouth, in that a small, like, I'm just going to give like a little bit of a comparison. With the Shadow over Innsmouth, a small fishing community, in order to get rich with, you know, success, they make a deal with the deep ones, and, well, how do you say this? They basically allow their community to I'm trying to find the good terms for this, but they basically allow for hybridization. Hybridization between the deep ones and humans, and then it results in hybrids between the deep ones and humans, and it's kind of in that same vein too with the Dunwich Horror. Because the father of the mother of those two was offered up to Yog-Sothoth, basically to get rich. You know, like, very, like, you can't defend that. You can't defend that kind of stuff. But here we are. Ooh, we have a lot more. You know, here. I want to collect some more stone, but I need to get rid of some things. I'll just put it over here. I'll throw all this stuff over here. Yeah. This. Okay. I think we're pretty good now. And I'll get this extra stuff and that stuff later. And you know what, this too, because I don't need these. I already have some extra arrows. Yeah, I enjoy all that stuff. All the Cthulhu mythos. I was actually thinking about getting a Cthulhu tattoo. And I'm just trying to find like a good one. I already said this before, but I really love tattoos. I love looking at the artwork of tattoo artists and just say to myself, man, you get to make all this beautiful art. Honestly, if I was an artist like that, boy, would I have the bragging rights. But unfortunately, I'm not an artist of any sort. And maybe I could learn to be like, create stuff like that. But yeah, I'm always impressed. I like a lot of people I know put so much work into their creations. Like, I come from a family that are very much in the creative industry, like art, painters, writers, things like that. Well, actually, I kind of do enjoy writing a fair amount. Maybe that's like one way I express myself. But honestly, I'm not the best. No. But yeah. There. By the way, if you know any artists in your life, like any musician, any person in that space, always like show your support, because these people are hardworking. Like, just for animators, for example, like they put so much time and work into their craft just for a couple seconds for making something. Like, they're trying to animate like a second. It's like several frames that they put just for one scene, just for 1 second. And that's like, it's definitely made me think a lot more about how those stupid people that say, oh, cartoons are just cartoons. Well, you clearly do not know the work that's put into these so-called silly, dumb cartoons, quote unquote. You should recognize that these people who painstakingly put their heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into art, into their creations, like, yeah, you should recognize it. Don't scoff at something because you think it's childish to make animation. They'll do that, those kinds of people, and then say, oh, but I love Family Guy. Well, you're just picking. You're picking and choosing what you'll call dumb because you personally don't care for it or you really enjoy it. So you'll try to play a game of, oh, well, this actually and play like a game of technicality. But anyhow, those people who don't think about it are not worth the time. Because if they can't do that, like critically think about it, then they're not worth anyone's time. Or they're extremely uneducated too. I can't believe it's May now. Oh. Like, I was thinking about it, it's like May 1st. So now, I have basically a whole month where I will be having... How do you say this? I'm not going to be streaming for June and a little bit of July because I'm going to be with family and friends in a rural setting, so I won't be able to stream. Oh my god. Excuse me. Oh. Ah. I feel bad. Yeah. Yeah. Some of his stuff I don't need. Like this. Yeah. I need to get that extra stuff now. So I can claim territory. More territory that way. But, let me see. Okay. Don't need that anymore. I really don't need salmon. Okay. I think we have everything. Okay. Let's continue. Hi there. Oh. Oh my goodness. Really? Okay. Where was I? Alright, there we go. But yes, I won't be able to stream. Won't be able to stream for a month and a half. But when I get back home, I will be continuing stream. But I will also be in the process of working on some YouTube videos. Maybe some like travel related stuff and a few other things like that. I know some of you guys will be really sad to hear that, but you know, it's not every day that I get to see like extended family. Because I live very far away from them, but yep. Let me see if I can carve into here. I'll try to make that... Well, I was thinking about, like, expanding the road towards the oversea area. But honestly, I feel like I just need more time to create the base, create everything, build everything I need over there before I actually go ahead and continue the road in the village. Like, expanding the domain from here all the way to the overseas area. And also, chat, I'm probably going to make a playlist over on YouTube just for Utopia, because I have heard a little bit that you guys want the series, Minecraft, to be episodic, and well, sure, I'm going to be working on that. If you just want to watch only the Minecraft VODs, I will be working behind the scenes to make sure you get those if you want. If you want to go watch it, you can. And I'll probably try to do the same with Fortnite, too. And I can't wait for the next Fortnite. Well, this new Fortnite season. It's going to be really cool. I enjoy myself a fair amount of Star Wars. Not as much as I used to, but hey. I want those memories. I saw like Jar Jar Binks dart. I say like a dark side Jar Jar Binks in a trailer today before I went live, and I was like, oh my goodness. They're memeing right now. We love our memes, but some things should just stay memes and not happen. You know, I haven't spoken about this, but I've been seeing that chicken jockey meme go all over the place ever since the Minecraft movie came out, and I was saying to myself, oh my goodness. Now this is like on a level I've never have ever seen before. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, if you go to social media, I've been seeing them on Instagram Reels, but also they're doing quite the numbers over on TikTok. I've been seeing the prevalence of people in movie theaters going wild, like really wild. And it's not for anything like, oh, like, nothing like Marvel Endgame kind of stuff. No, it's like over the chicken jockey. Like, I'm gonna try to. Well, I'll do that in just a sec. But I'm just gonna put it like this. Like, I remember when I saw Marvel Endgame, the crowd went wild. Like, when a certain character would come in, or like, when Captain America had the had Mjolnir in his hand and he was fighting Thanos with it. Like, the crowd I was with when we saw that, they went nuts. Like, people were throwing popcorn, just like saying yeah, like, fun stuff like that. Okay. But like, the reason why I bring that up is I've never seen that in a movie theater up until that point. But I've been hearing with the Minecraft movie that's doing very well, actually, because there's people out there who just watch it just because it's supposedly bad. I haven't watched it myself, so I can't really judge. But I've heard plenty of stories of people losing their minds. Like, some people are just going into the movie in suits and, like, losing their mind over it. Here, I'm going to give you a little bit of an example. So, just give me a sec. Chicken jockey. Ah! Whoa! Woo! Obviously, I'm not going to throw things around. If I had a bigger space and I had that much energy, I would be throwing things around, but I'm not going to be a hooligan and do that. Maybe in a different world where I was a little bit more wild and willing to do that kind of stuff, then maybe. But that's just an example of what kind of wildness a crowd can really get, especially in a movie theater. Yeah. How much is... Oh, okay. I need extra. I also need this. Good. Unfortunately, it looks like you guys weren't doing too much reacting to me just doing that stupid thing. But that's good. That's good. I don't my self-pride hasn't been hurt too much. There we go. I'm just going to do another one. I am Steve. I can't do what Jack Black can. You know, I'm just going to say this. Jack Black is a legend. Anyone who says otherwise, they haven't... No, they... No, they don't know. They're just a silly little bean who hasn't watched a Jack Black movie and felt that fun. Jack Black is fun. He's great. I remember... What's a movie I like with him? Nacho Libre. I remember watching that as a kid. I thought it was good. I also really enjoyed him in Tropic Thunder. Also, of course, Kung Fu Panda. Like, who didn't grow up in the early 2000s and did not watch Kung Fu Panda? And of course, Tenacious D and the guitar pick of Destiny. And also, I believe Jack Black... Well, no, wait. Before I get to Tenacious D. He also was in that Super Mario movie as Bowser, or King Koopa. And he was also a legend in that too. So, well... Yeah. Okay, back to Tenacious D for a second, okay? Jack Black and his one friend, I can't remember his name, my apologies. I think they're no longer a band, but there was a band called Tenacious D. It was Jack Black and his one friend who were in the movie Tenacious D and the guitar pick of Destiny. And, well, they made this song that every person on TikTok, they know it, they love it, but my first introduction to Tenacious D was, of course, the song Tribute. Well, actually, I think the people on TikTok mainly just know... Sorry for the R2-D2 impression. But yeah, Tribute, the greatest song in the world. Honestly, if I had a couple people in here and I could do a small cover of it, I would. This is not the greatest song this is the greatest song in the world. Oh, this is just a tribute. I wish I could. You know, Actually, if any of you guys know the streamer Will Neff, I love Will Neff. He's really funny. I don't think... Well, there is probably a clip out there. I'm not going to go and try to find it. But you guys can go find it yourself. But Will Neff was with Mizkif. Okay? This was a couple years ago. But they were drinking wine, having a good old time, doing stuff over at Mizkif's before he sold his place. But Will Neff was singing tribute alongside with another creator, and they also sang Country Road. And honestly, I don't really care for Country Road as a song, but like, Will has the ability to sing. You saw, of course, Caroline, and she was also singing along too, and you see Austin showed there too. If you can't tell, I'm really plugged into all those streamers. I enjoy all those people for the most part. I really enjoy, of course, Austin's show. He's also an influence on me, you could say. But yeah. What? I go on tangents, okay? I don't know what to say now. But yeah, back to Tribute. Tribute was my first ever time learning that he had a band, Jack Black. They even performed at Hellfest in France, which that kind of tells you that they had musical talent. Well, at least Jack Black has musical talent that, like, for an actor, you would say, oh, he's whatever. But no, honestly, like, it still makes me say, wow, he's such a legend. I would love to meet Jack Black. And if I was a little bit of a bigger streamer, and on the level of Kai Cenat or any of those other streamers, like, I would love to have him on the stream, and I would love to interview him. I would kind of do like a Connor Eats Pants kind of thing with his kind of like what he does with his Fortnite Fridays. I do watch those, and well, I think they're great. Okay. Now let's head over to that one place. Make our claim overseas. Over there, somewhere. Excuse me. I just need to do this. I don't want to run all the way back home. And I'm also doing pretty good on time. I had to wake up early. And I mean extremely early. I had to wake up early today because well, it's not something well, it kind of was serious in the moment, but my dog actually got out. And for a moment I thought he was going to be like we're going to have like a missing dog. And I was getting like really upset. And everyone else in my household, but you know, fortunately we found him. And well, you know. Yeah, I'm extremely happy because I know for other people, like, you know, when your dog runs away, that's like, you know, like, sometimes you don't find them. And it's like extremely emotionally painful, obviously. But, you know, I wish for everyone who, you know, can't find their dog that they find their dog. Or any of their pets. Cats, dogs, rabbits / bunnies, like, you know. Yeah. It's not just me trying to, like, get, like, sounds like, I'm trying to think. Like, not trying to sound insincere, but no, I mean it sincerely. Because, you know, I genuinely mean it. Okay, we're almost there. But this small village on the outskirts, yeah, we're going to make more territorial claims in this area. I'm mainly just going to be adding stuff. Enhancing it for my purposes and also for the village. You know what? Here. Uh-oh. Maybe this was actually a bad idea. Oh boy. just a message that doesn't serve a purpose. It was just someone trying to say sign up for something. Just think of these as like enhancements. Even though it kind of looks bad, but like, trust me. No, this is actually really messed up. There we go. And now we can do this. Boom. Yeah, that's better. Excuse me. Let's see. There we go. See, I'm helping the new citizens of the village. Well, of the Utopia Empire. Bringing them everything that they would possibly need. That's better. What? Perfect. What? Now, this is nice and big for everyone. Perfect. Ah! I'll, I'll grab that in a little bit. Oh! I can make a break for it. Hey. We need a cat. This way. Over here. Good. There we go. Oh, shoot. Hey, come here. Good creeper. Blow up. There we go. Trying to see what else. Oh. We should expand it a little bit here. They would probably appreciate some more space. There we go. You know what? Let's do a little bit of a fusion. Well, actually, this fusion's gonna be big. There we go. Well, actually, here. There we go. There we go. This is good. There. Here you go. Hit in. At least one villager likes it. Come on. There. There we go. There we go. Perfect. now this person's like a hobbit. Okay. Uh-huh. There we go. Okay, we're doing very well on this. You know what? I don't need this extra stuff. There we go. This isn't the perfect best thing in the world for the villagers, but hey. This is better than nothing. Now they have a whole new like level of living for themselves. So yeah. Good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head back home actually, so. Yep. we can try to do that overseas territory soon. Well, actually, in the next Minecraft stream, actually. Right now, I just want to head back home and get ready for the rest of the day. So. Okay, I'm almost there. Probably in the next Minecraft stream, yes, we will try to claim that territory, but we'll also maybe like do something with that area. I know I've been saying it for some time now, but we can also try to do something with that area too. Make this whole area into something. Okay, we're almost there. Oh boy. Ooh, I'm gonna plant one right here. You know, okay, this might be a little bit. I kind of want something to live in this water, so we're actually gonna put like a little thing. I want like a little creature to live in this. Let me just make like a little path for this creature. Like if it wanted to move around a lot more efficiently, it will have the ability to. Gonna check for any more areas. Okay, it's actually good. Good area, good area. Alright. Here goes nothing. Just need to... I'm going to put an axolotl. I also want a frog. Here you go. Alright, let's just fly up here. And I want to put some frogs up here in this area. I know they don't spawn in the jungle, but I just want some frogs. And also here on Mount Utopia. There you go. Perfect. Man, this world's really coming together. Now here, I'll put the next one over there. Do I? Yes, I do. I'm just gonna cook some of this. Just chat with you guys for a little bit before I go. But anywho, I have a lot of good stuff coming. I hope all of you guys have a good rest of your day. Excuse me. Probably for the Doom stream, I want to do like 4 hours. And it's gonna kill me. I know it will. Doom is a quite hard game, from my understanding. Not too hard, but like 4 hours a stream is a lot. A lot to put on someone. So, yeah. gonna be a lot. Okay. Use this. Gosh. There we go. The frogs. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. Hold up. And the sun rises on another beautiful day. Remember when we took these guys on? That wasn't really a while ago, but yeah. It was fun though. Oh boy. Almost done. Let me see. Wow. How this world has really changed. I keep saying that for every stream when I go into this world. But look at all this. I did that. I did that. We have that over there. And then, like, we move all the way over here. Like, look how beautiful this is. Excuse me. I'm just always impressed. Okay. Just waiting. There we go. Let me just put my thing over here. There. I'm just going to end the stream here. But thank you again for coming to the stream. I just want to say again, I always look forward to having you guys come to watch, and also for the people over on YouTube, thank you again for subscribing. I just can't wait for what the future holds, and make sure to tune in on Saturday for my first time ever playing Doom 2016, and again, thank you again. I am looking to raid someone right now. What? I can't read them? Okay. Alright, we're raiding Forsen. Go say hi to Forsen for me. And, yeah, you take care, chat. Until next time.